My mom has cooked for us, her family, all her life, until one day, Alzheimer's disease took away all her recipes, but not in my heart. Sharing her simple yet delicious recipes to all. Ma, this is for you. Okay, so let's now recreate the Pinangat version of actor, politician Richard Gomez and see if it is good or not. To start with, I have here with me 1/2 kilo of galunggong, or you can use any fish that you like. So Richard Gomez used a bigger galunggong, but I use a smaller galunggong here. So what we need to do is to score the fish. Yan, slice it on both sides. Okay. So we're going to do this on the rest of our galunggong. So that's our first step. And then next step is our ginger or luya in Tagalog. We're going to slice this on a circular motion. And we're going to use a lot of this as he also used a lot of ginger. Yeah, so we're going to set this aside. There's no exact measurement for all the ingredients that I will mention for this recipe. Okay, and then we use about 3 or 4 pieces of green chili. We're not going to slice it. And then I have here with me 1 red onion that I will also slice in circles. Okay, like this. And then we also need tomatoes, and we're going to slice this in quarters. Okay, like this. Okay, and we're going to do this for the rest of the tomatoes, like this one. I have a pepper mill, but Richard Gomez used his mortar and pestle, so I also have that gadget here. And I'm going to pound just a tablespoon or so of peppercorn. Okay, so just to follow what he did. So that's how it looks like after crushing the peppercorns. We also need kamyas or belembi in English. This is the secret ingredient of Richard Gomez. So this kamyas or belembi is very healthy as it lowers our blood pressure if you have a high BP, and it also good for the bone and also good for the common colds. So what we have to do with this kamyas or belembi is that for the large ones, we need to divide this into 2. And for the shorter ones, we don't need to slice this in half. Okay, so this kamyas or belembi will go to our pinangat fish later on. Okay, so there's no exact amount for it. As many as you like. If you like it more sour or less sour, you put more or less of this kamyas. Okay, so let's now start to assemble our dish. So at the bottom of the pan, we now arrange the ginger pieces or luya as we call it in Tagalog. So what he did is that he just spread this at the bottom of the pan like this. Very nicely arranged. Then the next layer will be our red onions. So you just put this on top of our ginger slices. Okay, like this. So you just spread it all over the pan. So after the red onions, let's now put our fish on top of the ginger and red onions. So we place them in order like this one. Okay, so our dish is already looking very colorful. Yan. So we put around 6 pieces of galunggong. So our next stop is the kamyas, or the belembi in English. We now put this again all over the fish. Okay, so it's up to you how to arrange this kamyas or belembi. Okay, and if you like it more sour, you can crush it later with a fork when it becomes tender. Okay, so I don't like it that sour, so I will not crush our kamyas. Okay, so let's put this all over. For our next ingredient, I'm going to put the tomatoes that we sliced a while ago. So I'm going to put the tomatoes all over the kamyas and fish. So as you can see, it's looking more colorful and more pretty, our dish, our simple dish. For as long as you have a fresh fish, then this dish will turn out very, very tasty. Okay, so we put the tomatoes all around. Next, we put our green chili. So I'm putting 4 pieces. It's up to you how many green chili you like. If you like it more spicy or not too spicy, you can reduce or add more green chili. Next, we add salt. I'm putting Himalayan salt, but you can use any kind of salt that you like. Okay, the rock salt or the iodized salt. Yeah, you just measure it as you like. If you want to add more or less salty, it's up to you. Okay, and then after the salt, we will put in the cracked black pepper that we pounded a while ago with mortar and pestle. Okay, so this is it's up to you if you like it to pound it, if you have mortar and pestle. If you don't have, then you can use the cracked pepper or the pepper meal if you have it. And this is optional. I'm going to put MSG or Ajinomoto. This is optional, but when my mom was still alive, she uses a lot of MSG. So this is just for the umami taste of our dish. And then we now add water. Okay, so just enough for the fish to boil. Okay, so the fish broth will be very tasty later on. Okay, so with this fish, it will be cooked around 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, and we now going to check our fish. Okay, and if it is not okay, then you have to boil this a little bit more. Okay, so this is around 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, let's now taste our sauce or the broth of our fish. Okay, so and the taste is really a good balance of salty, sour, and the lightness of our fish. It is also a little bit spicy on the side because we put some pepper and green chili. So it's a mixture of all this taste together, the salty, the sourness, and the spiciness. Okay, so that's our dish for today. Okay, and here's is how I played it. Okay, thank you for watching this simple dish, and I hope you try this also at your homes.